My beloved child, listen deeply, for I am calling your very name at this very moment. Tonight is unlike any other night because I am preparing to do something extraordinary in your life. What I am about to accomplish will cause your heart to overflow with awe, and you will realize that only I could have written this story for you with my power and unfailing love. You did not come across these words by chance, nor by wandering steps without direction. It is I who have arranged for you to be here to hear and to receive. This moment is not an accident. It has been inscribed into the great plan I have designed for you from the very beginning. My child, I have known you before you were even formed. I called you by name before you knew of your own existence. Every breath you take, every beat of your heart is held within my providence. That is why you must understand tonight is a sacred crossing point where my intention joins with your response to open a new chapter. I do not only desire for you to hear my word, but also to believe so that you may see the door of hope opening before you. As I have declared, for I know the plans I have for you, plans to give you peace and not harm, to give you hope and a future. Jeremiah 2:9-11. This is not an empty promise, but a holy guarantee that enables you to stand firm even when storms rage all around you. My dear one, I never intended for you to live in weariness or fear. Not a single tear you have shed has been in vain, for every drop has been noticed by me. Know that I have already prepared the path ahead, even when you cannot see the way. When you look forward and see only uncertainty, I am the light that guides your steps. When you hear the whispers of doubt, I am the unwavering assurance of your future. Tonight I want you to release every thought that tells you that you are forgotten or abandoned. On the contrary, you are the very proof that my love has never faded. Remember this, child, every trial in your past was never meant to destroy you, but to shape and prepare you for this day. I have allowed you to walk through valleys of darkness, not so you would be lost, but so you would learn to recognize my light in the night. You may have thought I was silent, yet I have always been working behind the scenes. Tonight, the delays you thought were meaningless will be transformed into evidence of patience and faith. Every season of waiting will become the foundation for breakthrough, and every sorrow will be turned into seeds that blossom into blessing. My child, never think that you have stumbled into this life by accident or without purpose. Nothing within you is random, from your voice, your talents, even to the deepest of your dreams. All have been carefully woven by me with clear intent. Even your mistakes are not beyond my plan of redemption. You may have fallen, but it is in that very place of defeat that I will lift you up, so that you may understand true strength does not come from you, but from me. That is why tonight is not merely a passing moment in the stream of time, but a divine appointment between heaven and your soul. I am leading you out of dead ends and opening a new path before you. Where others see only a wall of separation, I will turn it into a door. Where others declare it impossible, I will proclaim that all things are possible to the one who believes. Tonight, my words are not only for comfort, but also to encourage you and to empower you to step into something greater. You are not the product of failure, but the living testimony of my great love. Therefore, trust and hold firmly to my promise. Do not let old wounds prevent you from seeing the new dawn. Do not let the voice of the enemy cause you to doubt your sacred purpose. You are not merely surviving. You are called to live in fullness. Tonight, I am giving you hope, and that hope will become a flame that never fades. Your future rests in my hands, and it is a future bright, with light filled with peace and complete in my guidance. Beloved child, I invite you to respond. Open wide your heart and allow me to enter more deeply. Dare to believe that a miracle can begin even in the very moment you read these words. For you are the reason I have spoken this message tonight. I am at work, and you will see the results. I will turn the impossible into possible, transform disappointment into hope, and make your quiet prayers into a living testimony for the generations to come. Do not be afraid, my child. Do not hesitate. I have called you by name, and I have never made a mistake. Rise and trust, for my plan for you is not only prosperity and material things, but richness of soul, peace beyond understanding, and an eternal inheritance that you will leave behind. Tonight, a new beginning is touching your life. And I, the Lord who loves you, am the one who goes before you, to prepare the way to walk with you step by step and to give you a hope that will never fade away. My beloved child, tonight I am preparing a banquet of miracles, and I long for you to ready your heart to receive it. It will not be a fleeting moment nor a small token, but a powerful act that will cause you to bow in awe and know that only I could bring it forth. Open wide your soul, for I do not want you to step into what I am about to do with a closed heart or hands hanging limp. You have walked through valleys heavy with shadows where hope seemed to vanish, where tears were the only language you could offer me. In those moments you wondered if I was truly listening, if your prayers dissolved into nothingness. Yet I want you to know that every word you whispered in despair was etched upon my heart, and every tear that fell became a seed sown into the soil of faith. That is why tonight is not a coincidence. It is the fulfillment of what you have been praying for in silence. Remember the days when you thought you could not go on, and yet here you are, still standing, still breathing, still reading these words. This has not been by your strength alone, but because my hand has upheld you all along. When you thought you had been abandoned, I was right there watching each trembling step you took, waiting for the moment when you would lift your eyes and realize I had never left. You have faced trials that shook your faith, but it was through those storms that your soul was refined and made stronger like gold tested in the fire. Without darkness, how could you ever truly see the light? Without the night, how could you grasp the value of dawn? Tonight I am opening for you a new dawn, a beginning you had never before imagined. My child, let your soul release every lingering doubt. I know there are moments when you feel your prayers are nothing more than echoes fading into the void, but the truth is that not a single word falls to the ground without my notice. I am the one who keeps your petitions as treasures in a sacred vessel, and at the appointed time I will cause them to bear fruit. You cannot see the work I am weaving behind the veil, yet believe this. Every thread of sorrow, every shade of trial is being interlaced by my hand into a radiant tapestry. Tonight I am touching your life, transforming what once seemed meaningless into undeniable proof of my love. You will see that even old scars become testimonies of healing, and cries of lament are turned into songs of joy. Therefore, do not let your heart close itself against the extraordinary that I am preparing. Believe that miracles are not merely ancient tales written in Scripture, but living realities you yourself will experience. Just as Israel saw the Red Sea part, just as Daniel was delivered from the lion's den, just as Peter walked upon the waters, so too shall you witness my mighty hand moving in your own life. Tonight marks a milestone, a confirmation that I have heard your cries and that I never forsake those who seek me in sincerity. Do not fear the darkness that has passed, for my light is breaking forth, and no shadow can extinguish it. Beloved child, prepare yourself like one who trims the lamp before the dawn, for I, the Creator of heaven and earth, am stepping into the space of your life in ways you could not have imagined. Stand firm, open wide. Your heart for the miracle that is coming is not only to change your circumstances, but to transform you from within, making you a living witness of my eternal power and love. Tonight I do not merely answer your prayer, but I place in your hands new hope, new freedom, and a new journey filled with light. And when morning breaks, you will know with certainty that the one you called upon in despair has heard you, has acted, and has never abandoned you. My beloved child, I want you to understand with absolute clarity that every sigh you release, every tear that falls silently in the night, and every whisper uttered in weakness is known to me. No fear, no plea, no sob escapes my attention. I am the one who sees into the depths of the heart, and my eyes have never turned away from you, even when you thought yourself lost in the wilderness of loneliness. In the moments when you believe that no one understands you, I am still right beside you, holding your soul in an unfading love. My child, I have never abandoned you, and I will never turn my back on you. Tonight I want to etch upon your heart once again that I am faithful, I keep every promise, and my word will never return void. What I have spoken over your life is not like fleeting wind, but living words with the power to transform everything. I have promised you hope, I have promised to lead you through barren fields into green pastures. I have promised to wipe away your tears and turn your lament into songs of joy. These words are not meant merely for a moment's comfort, but are the very foundation for you to stand firm through every storm. Tonight I want you to believe that this is not just an ordinary evening. It is the beginning of a new chapter in your life. This chapter will not open by your own striving, but by my power at work. When I open a door, no one can shut it. When I bless, no force can withhold it. Do not let the voices of doubt within you dim the light I have placed inside. Do not allow fear to make you forget that I am the one who has overcome the world. The shadows that press in around you are not there to consume you, but to make my light shine all the brighter through your life. My child, let your heart become a lamp ignited not by human strength, but by the breath of my spirit. Believe that my presence surrounds you, that my promises will bear fruit in due season, and that every step you take is securely guided by me. Tonight, as you open your heart, I will sow within you peace that surpasses all understanding, hope that cannot be shaken, and new strength to walk steadfastly. This is the dawn of a new journey, a journey in which you will no longer tremble in the dark, but move forward with confidence, for you know that the one walking beside you is faithful, mighty, and unchanging in love. My beloved child, I know well that the enemy never ceases to sow poisonous whispers into your heart, telling you that you will never be enough, that your past is too heavy to be forgiven, that your present situation is too hopeless to ever change. It wants you to believe that you are nothing but a failure, that you will never rise again from your brokenness, and that I, your God, have turned my back on you. But tonight I declare with power that all those lies are nothing more than shadows of deception. No weapon forged against you will prevail, for I am your shield. You are not a victim of fate, nor an easy prey of the darkness. In me you are more than a conqueror. This victory is not the result of your own strength, but of the work I have already completed on the cross, where every chain was broken, every accusation erased, and new life was given to all who put their trust in me. My child, the battles you are enduring, those struggles that make you feel as though there is no way out, do not belong to you alone. You are not meant to carry them on your small shoulders by yourself. Every battle you face is also my battle. I am the one who steps out before the ranks to defend you. I am the shield stronger than any fortress built by human hands. I am the stronghold impenetrable against every fiery arrow of the wicked. I am the ever-present help in times of trouble, never absent when you call. When you think you are alone, I am standing right beside you. When you feel exhausted, I am your new strength. When you tremble, I am the peace that surpasses all understanding. You may be weak, but I am your power. You may falter, but I am your eternal protector. Beloved, I want you to be assured of this. I am working all things together for your good. Even what you thought was the worst, the events you once resented, the wounds you believed could never be healed, all are under my wise sovereignty. I can turn pain into lessons, transform loss into opportunities, and make disappointment the foundation for a new beginning. Believe that nothing in your life is wasted or meaningless. Even your mistakes can become the raw material for something greater if you surrender them to me. Like a skillful potter, I will reshape your life from the broken pieces, crafting from them a precious vessel that carries my light. The enemy wants you to believe that you are destined for destruction, but I declare that you are destined for eternal life. It wants you to look at your wounds and see weakness, but I want you to look at the cross and see victory. It wants you to hold tightly to fear, but I want you to take hold of faith. Remember this: I have overcome the world. When you are in me, you do not merely survive, you live victoriously. Stand firm in this assurance. You are not fighting from a place of defeat, striving to gain victory. You are fighting from the place of victory already secured. I have accomplished the greatest part, and you need only walk in trust. My child, do not let those lies find a place in your mind any longer. When the enemy tells you that you are unworthy, remember that it is the very blood of the Lamb that has made you righteous. When it tells you that you are alone, recall, my promise, I will never leave you nor forsake you. When it says there is no hope, remember that I am the resurrection and the life, and whoever believes in me will never be put to shame. Tonight, I remind you that your true identity is not defined by failure, by your past, or by what people think of you, but by my eternal love and plan for your life. So step forward with courage because you are not alone. Move ahead with boldness because I am going before you to prepare the way. Be steadfast because what I have promised will surely come to pass. Give me your fear, and I will return to you peace. Surrender your doubts to me, and I will give you faith. Lay down your burdens at my feet, and I will clothe you with the light garment of freedom. Tonight you no longer need to struggle against the darkness by your own strength. Let me be the light that shines, the power that drives back every shadow. Beloved one, I call you out of the invisible chains the enemy has bound you with. I invite you into a new reality where truth sets you free, where my love surrounds you, where you no longer tremble at the roar of the adversary. Stand firm upon my promises. Let your faith take root deep in my love, so that, though the storm may rage, you will not be moved. I am your fortress, your refuge, your warrior who goes before you to protect. And when you place your full trust in me, you will witness the miracle. The enemy may scheme in 1,000 ways, but in the end, everything it intends will be turned by my hand into opportunities for my glory to be revealed through your very life. My beloved child, I am moving even now in your life, and what I am doing goes far beyond what human eyes can see. Invisible chains have bound you for many years, chains of fear that make you tremble before the future, chains of doubt that keep you from stepping through the doors. I open chains of shame that cause you to bow your head and believe you are, unworthy chains of guilt that make you feel you cannot lift your face before me. All of these are being broken by my mighty hand. You do not need to strain and struggle to break those bonds yourself, for it is I who am acting. My grace is greater than every fault, my love stronger than every wound, and the life I give can awaken what seemed dead within you. My child, look and see. I am healing the deep wounds you have carried for so long. There are places in your heart you thought no one could ever reach, scars you believed you would bear for the rest of your life, but I am placing my hand upon those very places. When I touch them, it is not a fleeting comfort, but a healing that goes to the root. I do not merely patch the surface. I renew you from within, from the very place where you were once broken. The memories that brought you tears, the words that pierced your soul, the losses that made you believe you would never rise again, all are being transformed into testimony of my love and faithfulness. Believe that nothing is truly lost beyond my power to restore. You think time has stolen your opportunities, your relationships, your dreams, but I declare to you that I am the one who makes all things new. What is worn old and heavy in your soul, I am renewing with fresh life from my spirit. What seems to have died, I am speaking a word of resurrection over. Just as I called Lazarus out of the tomb after 4 days, so I will call forth what has decayed within you and bring it back to life. You will see hope rise where there was once despair, and joy spring forth where darkness once filled the air. My child, the healing I give is not only to ease your pain, but to make you whole. Wholeness does not mean the absence of scars, but that those scars become a testimony of my intervention. Wholeness does not mean you have never experienced loss, but that you can stand firm in the midst of loss and still find meaning in me. Wholeness is when you can look back on the past without trembling, when you can face the present without fear, and when you can look to the future with steadfast hope. I do not only heal your soul, but I also give you a new identity. You are no longer a slave to fear, but a child of mine. You are no longer defined by mistakes, but by the righteousness I bestow through grace. You are no longer a failure, but one who carries my victory in your very life. You are no longer bound in darkness, but called forth to step into my glorious light. Tonight I want you to know that transformation is taking place. You may not yet feel it fully, but the seed has been sown and restoration has begun. Just as a tender shoot silently pushes upward beneath the soil before breaking through to meet the sunlight, so new life is rising within you, preparing to be revealed in its appointed time. Be patient, for the work I have begun in you will surely be brought to completion. Do not be afraid if this journey of healing leads you back to face old wounds. I do not bring you there to wound you again, but to uproot what has long held you captive. When I lift the veil, it is not to expose you to shame before others, but to let my light shine and set you free. I want your heart to be liberated, that you may love, forgive, and walk in peace. I want your soul no longer to tremble in the shadows, but to lift its head high, knowing it is unconditionally loved by me. Walk in this assurance: you are no longer chained, but set free. You are no longer imprisoned in the past, but called to live as one who is free with a life full of meaning. Let me turn your pain into testimony, your failures into stepping stones, and your losses into blessings. You will not be healed for yourself alone, but will also become an instrument of healing for others. Your wounds will become a place where others find comfort, and your story will become a light for those still walking in darkness. My child, this is the beginning of a new journey. I am making you whole, not to return you to what you once were, but to transform you into an entirely new version of yourself, stronger, deeper, overflowing with love and faith. You will no longer see yourself through the eyes of disappointment, but through the gaze of hope. You will no longer bow your head in shame, but lift it high as a child of the King of Glory. And when the world witnesses the change within you, they will know it is not by your strength, but by my powerful grace. Beloved one, I want you to know that I am opening doors no human hand can shut. These doors are not merely an escape from the present, but a pathway leading you into a new journey where blessings and abundant life await. Opportunities you once thought had slipped through your fingers, dreams you believed buried beneath the ashes of disappointment, are now being breathed upon by my Spirit with new life. You thought those doors were sealed, that time had stolen your chance, but I declare to you, I am the one who holds the keys of life and destiny. What I open, no one can close, and what I close, no one can resist. Therefore be steadfast, for what you thought was lost will be restored, and what you believed had died will rise again in my power. The relationships that once fractured and seemed beyond repair are also being touched by my hand. I am the one who mends what is broken, the one who joins together what humanity deems impossible to unite. My love and grace hold power greater than wounds, sharper than bitter words, and stronger than years of distance. I can turn enmity into friendship, suspicion into trust, and distance into an opportunity for restoration. Place into my hands the relationships you are holding in pain, and I will turn them into a testimony of my glory. You will witness reconciliation that you yourself could never bring about, and in that moment you will know it was my work, not the work of man. My grace is being poured out upon you in ways you could never have imagined. It comes like a sudden rain upon parched ground, awakening life where all once seemed withered and dead. This grace is not based on your effort or worthiness, but upon my unchanging love. When my grace descends, it shatters every barrier, dissolves all dryness, and breathes new vitality. You will be left in awe, for this grace will accomplish things far beyond the limits of your imagination. I will not only grant what you have asked for, but far surpass what you could ever dream. Prepare your heart to receive it, for what I am about to do will bring you to your knees in wonder and thanksgiving. My child, I am quietly arranging the circumstances around you. Though your eyes may not see, I am orchestrating every detail of your life so that my perfect will is revealed. Just as a weaver carefully threads each strand into the loom, I am weaving the story of your days. Dark and light threads, sorrow and joy alike, are being intertwined into a grand tapestry. You may only see the tangled knots at the back, but I behold the completed picture on the front. One day, you will be astonished to realize that everything was woven in perfect harmony, nothing lacking, nothing excessive, all revealing my flawless design. Remember this: what the enemy intends for your destruction, I have the power to turn into good. He seeks to sow fear, but I transform that fear into an opportunity for your faith to grow. He seeks to plant disappointment, but I turn disappointment into a lesson that teaches you deeper trust in me. He seeks to scatter division, but I make division an opening for reconciliation to be revealed. He seeks your downfall, but I cause that very collapse to become the turning point that raises you up stronger than before. As Joseph once said to his brothers, You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives. Genesis 5:20. In the same way, what the enemy schemes against you will become only the foundation upon which my blessing is revealed in even greater fullness. What once seemed impossible is now becoming possible, for with me, nothing is impossible. Human eyes see limits, but I see possibilities. People see a wall, but I see a door. They see a chasm, but I see a bridge. They say no, but I declare yes. They see death, but I see life. Never confine me within the small framework of your thoughts, for I am the one who is above all. I parted the Red Sea. I made the sun stand still. I raised the dead to life, and I am still the same, unchanging. Tonight I want you to believe that what seems impossible in the eyes of the world is precisely the place where I reveal my mighty power. My child, stand firm in this assurance. I am opening doors, I am restoring, I am pouring out grace, I am orchestrating, and I am turning what is meant for harm into good. You do not need to chase after worry nor strive to control everything by your own hands. Let me do my work. Trust and rest in my faithfulness, for I hold all things within the power of my hand. And when you look back, you will see that every step you took bore my footprints alongside yours, and every event you experienced was woven by me into a story of blessing and love. Beloved child, open your heart to receive. Lay down fear and step into faith. Lay down doubt and take hold of hope. Lay down control and rest in my hands. For I am the one who opens doors, who restores, who gives grace, who orchestrates, and who turns what was meant for harm into good. And I am the one moving, even now, right in your life, writing a new chapter, a chapter overflowing with life, peace, and glory. My beloved, I am now pouring out my Spirit upon you in a way that is entirely new, a flow surpassing everything you have ever known or experienced. You will discover that my presence is no longer just fleeting moments, but a continuous stream embracing and surrounding you. This presence will stir the depths of your soul, making you feel loved, upheld, and protected as never before. Within this holy stream, I will bring you a peace that cannot be shaken, a peace that surpasses all human thought and reasoning. This peace does not depend on outward circumstances, but flows directly from me, from the heart of the one who reigns over all things. When the wind of the Holy Spirit touches you, you will discover that my joy becomes your new source of strength. It is not a joy built on success, nor a joy rooted in what you can hold on to, but a joy that springs from knowing you belong to me, that you will never have to walk alone. This joy will carry you through difficult days, keep your heart from collapsing under adversity, and transform your tears into seeds that sprout in hope. You will see that the joy found in me never runs dry, but overflows abundantly enough to turn darkness into dawn and weakness into strength. My love is also pouring into your heart like a river that cannot be stopped. It flows into every hidden corner of your soul, healing the wounds still buried, deep drying every tear, and replacing emptiness with wholeness. You will feel your heart soften open, wider, no longer locked away by fear or doubt. You will find yourself able to love others, even those who have wounded you, because my love is within you. This love is not for you to keep for yourself alone, but to radiate outward, so that anyone who meets you may also feel my light. You will walk with a new confidence, not in yourself, but in me, the one who has called you and who walks with you. You will know with certainty that every step you take is guided by my hand. I will shine light on your path, even when it lies hidden in mist before your eyes. When you are weak, I will give you strength. When you are lost, I will grant you wisdom. When you fall, I will lift you up. No obstacle can stand in the way of one whom I hold by the hand and lead forward. You will no longer live in fear of the future, because you know the one who goes before you has already prepared all things. My child, I am giving you the power to fulfill the purpose I placed within you from the very beginning. Every person is created with a unique mission, and you are a special instrument in my hand. I have chosen you, not because you are perfect, but because of the love and plan I have for you. I see the potential in you even when you do not. I see the light I placed within you even when you hesitate in the shadows. I know your voice can become a word of encouragement to others, your hands can become tools of support, and your heart can become a refuge for broken souls. That is why I am equipping you for a glory far greater than human praise, a glory that comes from living fully in my will and bringing honor to my name. My child, I have given you the Holy Spirit not only so that you may feel comforted, but also so that you may be transformed and sent forth. The Spirit is the source of strength that enables you to do what surpasses human ability. He will grant you wisdom when you do not know which path to choose. He will give you courage when you stand before challenges that seem greater than your strength. He will put the right words on your lips at the right time so that you may encourage, console, and bring light to those in despair. Through you, He will reveal my love and my power to this world. Tonight, I want you to know that you are not merely a believer struggling to make your way through life. You are a spiritual warrior in my ranks. You are not simply a survivor of storms, but a bearer of the victory I have placed upon you. You are not only one who has been wounded, but one who has been healed, so that you may bring healing to others. You are not just one who was once bound, but one who has been set free, so that you may bring freedom to many. You are a chosen vessel, and I am preparing you for works far greater than you can imagine. Do not hesitate when you find yourself called to higher places. Do not tremble when I expand the reach of your influence. When you feel too small, remember that it is I who am great within you. When you think you are not enough, remember that my grace is sufficient for you. When you fear that you may fail, remember that I am the one who has promised to complete the work I began in you. Walk in this faith, for I am leading you into the fullness of the purpose I have designed. My child, receive the fullness of the Holy Spirit in your life as a precious treasure. Do not keep it for yourself, but let it flow outward so that others may be touched by my love and power. For I do not only desire to transform you, but also to transform the world through you. You are the light I have set upon a hill, the lamp I have kindled in the darkness of night. Shine brightly, walk boldly, trust deeply. For I am with you, and you will behold my glory revealed in every step you take. My beloved child, I know your heart is caught between eager anticipation and quiet anxiety as you stand at the threshold of a new season. I can hear the tremble in your heartbeat, uncertain of what lies ahead, and I see the unspoken questions rising within your soul. Will I truly be able to continue? Am I strong enough to let go of what has felt so familiar? Yet I say to you, do not be afraid. Do not let fear bind you to the past, nor let the illusion of safety chain you to worn-out habits. For the new season I am leading you into will be unlike anything you have known before. It will require you to release what no longer fits, to cast aside old patterns of thought that once confined you, and even to loosen your grasp on relationships that seemed essential but no longer align with my plan. Change is never easy, but it is through change that the path opens for you to step into the fullness I have already prepared. I want you to understand this. Everything I ask you to let go of is not meant for your loss, but for your gain. You have grown accustomed to what is small, and sometimes you believe that is all their island. But I have something far greater for you beyond what you could imagine or dream. Just as a grain of wheat must fall into the ground and die, in order to bring forth an abundant harvest, you too must release what you hold so that you can embrace a richer season ahead. Do not cling to what slows you down, for I am calling you to move quicker, further, and higher. With every step of surrender comes a step into freedom, and you will find your hands lighter, ready to receive new blessings. My child, I am leading you into a place of abundance where your cup will not only be full but overflowing. In that place, blessings will not end with you. They will pour out to touch the lives of others. I desire that you become a vessel, a channel through which my goodness will not be contained but will flow and spread everywhere you go. This abundance is not only about wealth or outward accomplishments, but a deeper richness of the soul peace that cannot be shaken, joy, made complete love without end, and renewed strength day by day. This is the inheritance I have promised to those who trust and walk in my will. Trust in my timing, for I am the one who makes all things beautiful in their appointed season. You may feel impatient, longing to see results quickly, or worried that I am arriving too late. But remember, I am never slow, nor am I ever rushed. I do all things at the time that is best for you. Just as flowers bloom in their spring and fruit ripens in its harvest, so too do I fulfill my promises at the perfect moment. Do not let impatience rob you of faith, and do not let what seems like delay in your eyes cause you to doubt. My timing is exact, and when you look back, you will see that it was far more beautiful than any plan you could have made for yourself. My child, I am calling you to step into this new season not with fear but with faith. This season may lead you down unfamiliar paths, yet I will be the light that guides you. It may bring you face to face with new challenges, but I will be your strength. It may require you to walk alone for a time, but in those very moments you will discover my presence nearer than ever before. Let me take your hand and lead you day by day, and you will find that your heart no longer trembles but overflows with peace. Beloved one, remember this. I have never led you into a new season without first preparing you for it. I never bring you to a place where my grace does not already cover you. I never call you to go without giving you the strength to finish well. I am the one who knows the end from the beginning, and my plans for you are always filled with hope and a future. Tonight I am reminding you that this change is not to take away from you but to add to you, not to cause you pain but to grow you, not to make you retreat but to move you forward into greater radiance. Therefore, my child, be courageous. Let faith guide your steps instead of letting fear hold you back. Look ahead with eyes full of light, for I, the one who has promised to be with you, am already going before you to make the way. Let go of the past so that your hands may be free to embrace the present and the future. Step into the new season I have prepared for it as a place of abundance, a place of blessing, a place where my glory will be revealed in your life. And as you enter in, you will see that every sacrifice, every surrender, every tear has been worth it, for I am making all things beautiful in their time. My beloved child, as you prepare yourself for the wonder I am about to perform, I want you not to rush forward but to pause for a moment and reflect on my faithfulness. Let your heart recall the years that have passed, the moments when you thought you were about to sink into despair, yet I reached out my hand to deliver you. Remember the days when the sky was shrouded in clouds so thick you thought no light could ever break through, yet I opened a gap in that darkness so that the dawn could shine upon you. Recall the times when you had nothing left in your hands, yet I provided at the right moment in abundance, so that you had to confess it could only have been my doing. Let those memories become the lamp that illuminates your faith, for my faithfulness is a foundation that cannot be shaken. I want you to look back on how I have protected you in the storms of life. Do you remember when you thought you would be swept away by the waves, yet an unseen power held you firm and kept you from being carried off? Do you remember the days when you were hemmed in by worry, yet my peace, so mysterious and profound, covered you and steadied your mind? That was me, the one who has never left you. I want you to remember the moments when you stood at a crossroads, not knowing which way to go, yet a quiet guidance led you to the right path. Every turning point in your life was not by chance, but by my hand arranging it. And if I have done this for you in the past, then you can be certain that I will continue to do the same today and forevermore. My child, my faithfulness never changes. It does not depend on your feelings, nor is it limited by the upheavals of this world. I am the one who is the same yesterday, today, and forever. What I have promised I will surely fulfill. I am not like men who make promises and then forget, who speak and then do not act. Every word I declare is etched into eternity, and it will come to pass in its appointed time. Therefore, when circumstances close in on you, do not let doubt bind your heart. Lift your eyes to my unwavering faithfulness, and know that if I have begun a work in you, I will also bring it to completion. The miracles I performed in Scripture are not merely stories to be retold, nor are they outdated legends. They are living testimonies of my power and my love. I opened the Red Sea so my people could pass through. I gave bread and quail in the wilderness. I made the blind see the lame walk and the dead live again. My child, I do not change. What I have done, I still do, and I will continue to do. Miracles are not confined to the past, they are happening in the present, and they will unfold in the future. I want you to recognize that the stories in Scripture are testimonies meant to strengthen your faith, assuring you that I am still at work in your very life. Remember Abraham, the one who trusted, though he could not see with his eyes. Remember Joseph, who was betrayed and imprisoned, yet in the end I lifted him up to save many lives. Remember David, who was nothing more than a humble shepherd boy, yet I made him into a king after my own heart. Remember Mary, an ordinary young woman yet chosen to bring the Savior into the world. Remember the disciples, simple fishermen who became the pillars of the church. You see, I have never used what is esteemed in the eyes of men, but I have taken what is weak and made it glorious. And today I am choosing you in the same way. Let the miracles of Scripture become the encouragement for your faith. Do not think that I only acted for those of long ago, forgetting that I am also the one who has chosen and loved you. The miracles I performed for Moses, Joshua, Elijah, or Paul are not just distant history. They are testimonies showing you that I remain just as powerful yesterday, today, and forever. And I want you to believe that your very life will become a living testimony, so that one day others will look at you and say, truly God has worked in this person's life. Therefore, my child, as you wait for the miracle to come, let the memory of my faithfulness be your foundation. Do not tremble when you cannot yet see. Do not lose heart when the promise has not yet been fulfilled, for I am the one who keeps my word. Do not forget that the tears you have shed have become seeds sown into the ground, and the harvest will surely come. Be patient, be steadfast, for I am preparing to reveal something great, and you will witness it with your own eyes. My child, tonight I want you to stand in the certainty that I am faithful. Your past proves it, Scripture testifies to it, and your present will become a new witness of it. Keep your heart expectant, for the miracle is not far away. You will see my hand at work, you will feel my love surrounding you, and you will know with assurance that the God who performed miracles long ago is still performing miracles today. My beloved child, tonight I am calling you to step onto a new level of faith, deeper, firmer, and stronger than ever before. Faith is not merely a confession with the lips, but the surrender of the heart, the future, and even the things you cannot explain into my hands. I call you to believe in what surpasses the limits of human reason, to trust that what seems impossible to the human eye is precisely the place where my power is revealed. Remember that true faith is not tested in safe places, but proven in the darkness, where you see no path forward, yet still choose to step on because you know I am holding your hand. My child, I know the nature of man always longs to control, to plan, to be certain about every step. But to experience miracles, you must learn to let go, allowing me to lead in the way I choose. For my plans reach far beyond your thoughts, and my ways are higher than your ways. When you release your need for control, you will find freedom to witness my hand at work in ways only I can accomplish. I am the Lord your God, unlimited by time, space, or circumstance. You see only the short steps before you, but I see the entire journey from beginning to end. And if you trust me, you will discover that everything works together in wondrous harmony to bring you to the place I have destined. Remember what I have done for my people in the past. I am the one who parted the Red Sea, letting millions walk through on dry ground, while their enemies were swallowed up by the very path they thought would bring them victory. I am the one who brought down the mighty walls of Jericho, not by the force of sword and spear, but by the shout of faith and obedience. I am the one who raised the dead to prove that death holds no final power over those who belong to me. Consider this: if I could do such great works, is there anything in your life too difficult for me, my beloved child? I see the areas of your life you still cling to, unwilling to place in my hands. Perhaps it is your worries for your family, your anxieties about the future, or your regrets over the past. You think that if you do not keep control, everything will fall into chaos. But trust me, I will never let your life slip from my grasp. When you dare to surrender, you will see me transform broken pieces into a beautiful masterpiece, turn chaos into order, and shape suffering into a testimony of my love and faithfulness. I call you to step into a faith that is not merely about believing that I can, but believing that I will. A faith that does not just watch from afar, but dares to step out onto the water like Peter to see that I truly hold you steady amid the storms. A faith like Abraham's, daring to leave his homeland without knowing where he would go simply because he trusted that I am faithful. A faith like Mary's, who answered, "Let it be to me according to your word." My child, I am inviting you to a level of trust like this, where surrender becomes the key that opens the door to miracles. Do not fear when I ask you to believe in something beyond your understanding. Do not hesitate when I lead you to places you have never been before, for it is in your weakness that you will see my strength made perfect. It is in your blindness that my light will shine brighter than ever before. And it is when you dare to walk on the water that you will know I will never leave you alone. My child, the faith I am calling you to is not meant to burden you, but to set you free. When you believe, you will no longer be bound by worry. When you believe, you will no longer stumble under the weight of fear. When you believe, you will walk in freedom, knowing that you have a faithful, powerful, and loving God walking beside you. This faith will transform your perspective on life, so that you no longer see the huge mountain before you, but see the one who can move the mountain. Tonight I call you to step up beyond the limits of doubt to enter the land of miracles. I call you to not only hear, but to believe. Do not only speak, but take action. Do not keep your faith to yourself, but let it shine as a light to guide others. Surrender your entire life to me, from the smallest things to the greatest, and you will experience that there is nothing I cannot do. My beloved child, take hold of this word. There is nothing too difficult for me. Are you standing before a towering mountain? I can level it. Are you bound in chains? I can break them. Are you walking in darkness? I can light the entire path. Are you burdened with suffering? I can turn it into joy. Are you facing what seems impossible to overcome? I can transform it into a testimony of my power and love. The only thing I ask from you is faith. Even a small faith is enough for me to reveal my miracles. My dear child, I do not only call you to believe, I also desire that you prepare your heart deeply to receive what I am about to give. For miracles are not only granted to those who ask, but also to those who are willing to open their hearts wide to receive them. Many times, my children come to me earnestly, crying out in prayer, longing for my intervention. Yet when I stretch out my hand to give, their hearts are not ready. There are invisible walls that block them, layers of bitterness yet to be lifted, resentment yet to be washed away, wounds yet to be surrendered for me to heal. I want you to understand that I can pour out abundant blessings, but if your heart is not open, that flow cannot enter in. My child, release everything that weighs heavily in your heart. Do not hold on to bitterness like a shield, for it does not protect you, it only exhausts you further. Do not cling to resentment, for it is like a fire that burns from within, drying out your soul day by day. Do not let unforgiveness turn into chains, because in doing so, you not only imprison others in their past, but you also lock yourself in darkness. My beloved, I am calling you to open your heart, to let go, to place all your pain into my hands. When you forgive, you are not declaring that the wrong was right. You are letting me be the righteous judge, allowing me to handle all things in my just and perfect way. Forgiveness is not weakness. It is a mark of strength, the strength that comes from the love and grace I have placed within you. I am the Lord your God, full of mercy and grace. I do not see you through the lens of your mistakes, but through the unchanging love I demonstrated on the cross. Remember, I have forgiven you more times than you can count. I have wiped away the sentence you deserve, dried the tears you've shed in regret, and opened a new path for you through my love. Therefore, I want you to forgive as I have forgiven you. Forgiveness is not merely a one-time act, it is a way of life. When you choose to forgive, you choose to let my love be the flame that warms your heart, instead of letting resentment turn it into cold stone. My beloved, when forgiveness reigns in your heart, my peace will rule as a king. This peace is not the fleeting calm that the world gives, but a deep, abiding peace even in the midst of storms. It will guard your mind from disturbance, your heart from turmoil, and your steps from stumbling as you walk the path I have laid out. You will discover a new kind of freedom. Freedom from the pain of the past, freedom from the chains of hatred, and freedom to step into a life of abundance in me. Oh, my child, I desire for you to walk fully in my love, not merely to taste a portion of it, but to live immersed in its endless flow. My love is not meant for you to keep to yourself, but to share with those around you. When you let my love overflow, you become a vessel of healing for others, so that those who are broken may find hope. And as you live in that love, you will witness miracles not only in great things around you, but within your very soul. Prepare your heart, my child, for I am doing a new thing. I am pouring out peace, joy, forgiveness, and grace. I want you to become fertile ground, ready to receive the seeds of blessing and bring forth a rich harvest. Open your hands to me, and you will see that what I give far surpasses what you've ever asked for. Let my peace rule. Let my love lead. Let forgiveness mark your life, and then you will know what it means to walk fully in my boundless love, the love that has the power to transform everything. My beloved child, as you step through this night and open the door to a new day, let it be etched deeply in your heart that you have never walked alone and you never will. You may feel a silence around you sometimes, so deep it borders on loneliness, but don't let that feeling deceive you. The truth is, my angels are encamped around you like a steadfast and loyal army, holding their ground in the spiritual realm, shielding you from every assault of darkness. They are not distant observers. They are ever present, standing guard by your side, fighting on your behalf in battles your eyes cannot see. When the enemy tries to sow fear, my angels spread their wings to shelter you. When arrows of doubt come flying, they lift their shields to intercept them. And when your heart grows weary, they gently whisper reminders of my eternal love, so you will know you are held in absolute safety. But it is not only angels who guard you, my spirit also dwells within you. He is the one who guides, comforts, and brings to remembrance every word I have spoken. When you lose your way, he becomes your compass. When confusion clouds your mind, he is the whisper within, illuminating the path and opening your eyes to see what I desire you to see. When your strength runs dry, he pours in fresh power like a stream of living water flowing through parched land. When you sit in a dark room, he lights the flame of hope. My spirit never leaves you. He walks with you every moment, so you no longer have to face life's trials in your own strength, but with the power that comes from me. And above all, I, your Savior, your Father, the one who loves you without condition, am with you. I do not stand afar watching you struggle. I hold you in the palm of my hand, a place no one can snatch you from. These are the hands that shaped the heavens and the earth, that crafted every cell in your body, that touched and transformed countless lives. These same hands now cover you, uphold you, and carry you through every step. When you stumble, they lift you up. When you are weak, they empower you. When you cry in silence, they wipe away your tears and replace them with a peaceful smile. Oh, child, you are not forgotten. You are not a nameless face in the crowd. You are my beloved, my treasured one. You don't need to do anything grand to prove your worth. Your value was already sealed before your first cry echoed in this world. Every time you call my name, my heart stirs. Every time you walk in obedience, I rejoice. Every time you choose faith over doubt, I delight. My dear child, you are my joy, the one I smile upon day after day, whether you realize it or not. We rejoice to see you walk in the fullness of my promises. Nothing brings me greater joy than witnessing you not only hear my word, but also live it out. Every promise I've spoken was never meant to be kept as distant words in your memory, but to be walked in, practiced, and fully enjoyed. I want you to live not in fear, but in the peace I give. I want you to no longer be weighed down by the burdens of the past, but to stand firm in the freedom I paid for with my very blood. I want you not just to believe that I can, but to believe that I will, and that I am doing it now in your life. My child, tonight marks a milestone, a sacred imprint on your journey of faith. Don't let it pass as just another ordinary evening. Let it be etched into your heart that you are surrounded by angels, guided by the Holy Spirit, and held in my own hand. When dawn breaks, step forward with new confidence, for you are not facing the day alone. Heaven itself walks with you. Do not doubt my love. Do not forget my presence. And do not underestimate your worth in my eyes. You are my chosen one, my beloved, and I take delight in you. Beloved, what I am about to do in your life will not end with you. It will overflow into the lives of those around you. The miracle I'm preparing to unfold won't just answer your quiet prayers. It will become a living testimony to your community, to your family, to hearts that are wandering and seeking the light. You are part of my grand design, and I am using your life as an open book for many to read, so they may see my power, my love, and my redeeming grace at work in the everyday. You cannot fathom the reach of what I am doing, but know this: every step of obedience, every honest testimony, every tear, and every smile you offer will become seeds planted in the soil of others' hearts. My dear one, I have placed you as a light in the darkness. This world may be shrouded in fear, doubt, and despair, but the light I have placed within you cannot be hidden. It is like a small candle that casts out the darkness of a room, like a lighthouse on a cliff guiding lost ships in the storm. Many will look to your life and find the hope they thought they'd lost. When you stand firm through trials, they will be strengthened. When you choose forgiveness over bitterness, they will learn what true love island. When you lift your eyes to me, instead of hanging your head in disappointment, they will know that there is still a faithful God, a God who works wonders. My child, do not underestimate the impact of your life. Do not think that the small choices you make each day are insignificant. It is I who have placed you here at this very moment in time to be a part of the grand tapestry I am weaving. You are not a product of chance. You are my intentional choice. I have placed you in the family where you now live, in the city where you reside, in the relationships you hold, not by accident, but so that through you, my light may shine. Remember my words: you are the salt of the earth. You are the light of the world. You are the vessel I use to preserve this earth from decay, to illuminate the path for others, to remind the world that my love is still present in a place that is slowly forgetting. Look at those around you, souls weary under heavy burdens, those lost in despair from losing their way, hearts that long but have yet to know me. They are watching, searching for a glimpse of hope, and I am using you as a bridge so that through your story they may come to know me. When you rise and testify of how I saved you, how I healed you, how I turned what was meant for harm into good, that testimony becomes a beacon for others. You do not need eloquent words. The truth of your experience is the most powerful evidence of all. My child, I have called you for such a time as this. Just as Esther was positioned as queen to save her people, you have been placed in this moment and circumstance to become an instrument of salvation and hope for many. Do not think your life is too small to make a difference. Do not believe your actions go unnoticed. I am the one who sees every deed done in secret, and I will use even the smallest acts of love to transform other souls. Every time you pray for someone, every time you reach out to help someone in need, every time you stand for what is right, even when it's hard, all of it carries power, for it is my light shining through you. My child, when I perform a miracle in your life, do not keep it to yourself. Share it. Tell the story. Be the voice that lets others know I am alive, I am at work, and I still love humanity deeply. I want you to become a torch lifted high, not hidden under a basket, but placed on a stand to give light to the whole house. And when you live this way, those around you will not only see you, they will see me through you. They will come to know that there is a powerful and compassionate God, one who has transformed your life and is able to transform theirs as well. My beloved child, be ready. The miracle I am about to give you is not merely to meet your own need, it will become a mighty testimony to this generation. You are called to be the light, the salt, the lighthouse of hope. I have chosen you. I have placed you in this position, and I will use you to reveal my glory. Do not doubt your worth in my plan, for you are an essential part of my great work. Walk forward with faith and confidence, knowing this: your life, when fully entrusted to me, will become a flowing stream of grace for many others. And through it, my name will be lifted high, my love will spread wide, and many souls will find their way home. Dear one, as you prepare to receive the miracle I am about to perform, I want your heart not only to be open to receive, but also to be nourished and firmly rooted in my word. For my word is not merely lifeless letters, it is life itself, the very breath I give to your soul. That word holds the power to create the universe, to uphold the stars, to resurrect what was once dead, and to change circumstances that seemed unchangeable. I want you to see my word not as an old book, but as your daily bread, your living water, the nourishment of your spirit. When you allow my word to fill your mind, you will see your faith rise, your peace be restored, and your strength renewed even in the darkest of times. My child, remember this. My word is a lamp to your feet and a light to your path. In the darkness, when you don't know where to go, it is my word that will shine the way and guide your steps so you will not stumble. When the storms of life rise and you can no longer tell what is true and what is false, my word becomes your compass so you are not swept away. It does not shift with the tide of time or the opinions of man, but stands firm forever. What I have spoken is a foundation that cannot be shaken. So if you want your faith to be steadfast, hold fast to my word like one who builds their house on solid rock, unafraid of wind and storm. My dear child, there will be times when many voices surround you, the voice of fear, the voice of despair, the voice of doubt. But I want you to know that only my word is truth, and only my word is the unshakable foundation. When the enemy whispers that you will fail, declare my word that you are more than a conqueror through me. When it says you are alone, remind yourself that I have promised never to leave you. When fear about the future tries to take root, remember that I have plans to give you peace and a hope-filled future. My word is your weapon in the battle, a sharp spiritual sword that helps you stand firm. Beloved, my word not only guides, it strengthens you. It is like a refreshing stream in the dry wilderness, like nourishing food for the soul that hungers. Whenever you feel weary, come to my word, and you will find renewed strength. Whenever discouragement creeps in, let my word remind you that I am the source of everlasting joy. Whenever you tremble, let my word become your shield. You will witness a wondrous transformation. The things that once made you tremble will lose their power because your heart will be filled with my truth and my promises. Keep my word in your heart. Do not just hear it and let it fade away. Treasure it like a priceless gift. When you allow my word to take deep root, it will become the foundation of your faith. There will be times when circumstances try to pull you down, but faith built on my word will lift you up. That faith is not a vague imagination, but a firm assurance based on what I have spoken and will surely bring to pass. My child, true faith does not rest on feelings or what your eyes can see. It rests on my word, which never changes. Believe this, my child. Believe this, every promise of mine is yes and amen. They never fail. You may have heard many promises from people only to see them forgotten or broken, but I am not like that. Once I have spoken, it will surely come to pass, even if heaven and earth pass away. Recall how many times I have kept my word in the past, so that your heart may be steadfast in the present and in the days to come. If I performed miracles for Abraham, for Isaac, for Jacob, for Moses, for David, then I will also do so for you, because I show no favoritism. You need only to believe and hold tightly to my promise in your heart. Prepare to receive the miracle. My beloved child, tonight, I do not merely invite you to wait for a miracle, but I am teaching you how to prepare to receive it through my word. Let each word of Scripture become your breath, your life, your assurance for your soul. When you build your life on the foundation of my word, no storm can bring you down. When you treasure my word in your heart, you will experience peace in the midst of the storm, hope in the darkness, and strength in weakness. The power of praise and gratitude. My dear child, I want you to understand a sacred secret that many of my children often overlook: the power of praise and gratitude. These are not merely words sung after things have turned out well, but a song that flows from a heart that trusts even before the miracle is seen. Praise is not only for the moment you hold in your hand what you have prayed for, it is the breath you offer while everything still remains in shadows. When you choose to praise me in the midst of affliction, you are lifting your faith, and the light of that faith reaches my heart. Why I invite you to praise me. I want you to sing praises, not because I need praise to become greater, but because it is praise that sets your spirit free from fear and doubt. When you praise me, your eyes are lifted from your circumstances to the one who has power over them. When you exalt my name, the walls in your heart come crashing down, and you are reminded that I am still at work behind the scenes, even when your eyes have yet to see. Remember how Paul and Silas praised me in the prison while chains still bound them and wounds still throbbed with pain. And it was precisely then that the prison doors shook, the chains fell off, and freedom came. Oh, my child, praise is not just a song. It is a declaration of my power in the midst of darkness. Praise me, for I am worthy of all glory, not only for what I do, but first and foremost for who I am. I am the faithful one, the source of life, the creator of the universe, and the one who holds your soul in my hands. When you praise me for my very being, you enter into a deep communion where love is not based on conditions, where you come to realize that regardless of circumstances, I remain the unchanging God. You do not praise me merely because I bless, but because I am the very source of every blessing. Learn to praise me not only after the miracle is revealed, but even while it is still being woven in the unseen. When you offer thanks in advance, you are saying to me, Father, I trust that you are already at work even though I cannot yet see it. This expression of faith stirs the heavens. Gratitude, when it rises before the miracle, becomes the key that opens the door to blessings. It is like a seed sown into the soil of faith, and in due season it will bloom. I am moved by your faith, for faith is the language to which heaven responds. My child, remember that gratitude not only changes the atmosphere within your heart, but also the reality around you. When you choose thanksgiving over complaint, your soul is freed from heaviness. When you choose to sing praise rather than dwell in worry, the dark sky above you begins to clear, and the light of hope breaks through. It is in the environment of praise that miracles manifest with ease, because it is there that your heart opens wide to receive what I am so willing to give. Beloved, praise is not merely a spiritual act, it is a strategy of warfare. The enemy trembles at the sound of praise flowing from your lips, because it knows you are no longer focused on it but on me, the one who has already won the victory. When you sing in the midst of affliction, it sees that you are standing in my power, and no chain can hold you much longer. Praise is the trumpet of triumph, even before the battle is over. I want you to learn to live a life of gratitude, not only on days of blessing, but also in times of trial. Gratitude helps you remember that I have saved you before, and I will continue to save you. It keeps you from pride, for you recognize that everything you have comes from me. Gratitude strengthens you because when you look back, you see my fingerprints in every moment, and that gives you the strength to keep moving forward. My beloved child, tonight I invite you to lift up a song of praise to me from the depths of your heart. Let words of thanksgiving flow, not because everything is perfect, but because you believe I am working all things together for good. Praise me for what I have done, what I am doing, and what I will do. Thank me for love that never fades, for grace that overflows, and for promises that never fail. When you choose to praise, you will find that miracles are no longer far off, because heaven responds when you sing with trust. And oh, my child, how I delight in the sound of your heart praising me, for it is a sign that you have chosen to trust me even in the dark. My dear child, when night falls and your eyes begin to close, I want you to hold tightly in your heart an unshakable truth. You are loved with a love that surpasses all standards beyond any human measure. No number could count it, no words could fully describe it. This love did not begin when you did something good, and it does not end when you make a mistake. It existed long before you were born, covering you in every breath, every heartbeat, every moment. You are my masterpiece. You are not a random product of creation, nor a chance appearance in this vast universe. You were formed by my will with a specific, unique, and noble purpose. I placed within you distinct abilities, deep dreams, and a mission that no one else can fulfill. Like a skilled artisan who lovingly crafts each detail of a painting, I have woven you together with care and affection. So never think that you are meaningless. Every breath you take is evidence of my eternal intention for you. My dear child, I am prouder of you than you could ever imagine. Even on those days when you feel small, weak, or like you have failed, I still look at you with a loving gaze and say, "This is my child, the one I have chosen." I take joy in calling you mine, not because you are perfect, but because you belong to me. When you stumble, I do not push you away, but reach out to lift you up. When you lose your way, I do not abandon you, but search for you and bring you back. I am proud of you for continuing to move forward, even if only in small steps, because you place your trust entirely in me. You are the joy in my heart. Therefore, my child, rest in the absolute assurance of my love for you. Do not let worries torment your mind when night falls. Do not let the memories of failures or the accusations of the world keep you awake. Give it all to me so that you may rest peacefully in my arms, like a child being carried in the arms of their father. I am the one who never sleeps, so you can rest assured. When you close your eyes, I am still watching over you. When you fall into sleep, I am still protecting you. Let your heart rest in the certainty that you are the child of the unchanging one who loves you. And when the dawn breaks, rise with expectancy in your heart. Do not view a new day as merely a repetition of the old ones. Know that your miracle is on its way. It may not yet be in your hands, but it has already been prepared in the heavens. I have planned it, I have arranged it, and I am guiding every detail to bring good things to you. Do not doubt when you cannot yet see, for the seed planted in the ground also needs time to sprout. Wait with hope and gratitude, for the harvest of blessings is surely on its way. My child, I am with you. This is an unbreakable promise. Wherever you go, in whatever circumstances you find yourself, my presence will never leave you. When you rejoice, I am there to share in your joy. When you are sorrowful, I am there to wipe away your tears. When you succeed, I am there to remind you that it is all by grace. When you fail, I am there to tell you that the journey is not over. I am not the one who comes and goes, but the one who is always with you until the very end of the world. You may lose many things in this life, but you will never lose me. Tonight is the night for you. It is not just any ordinary night, but a milestone, a reminder that I am about to do something extraordinary in your life. Be ready, open your heart, and embrace what is coming. Do not sleep in fear, but sleep in hope. Do not sink into despair, but let your heart be filled with expectation. For I am the one who has promised to perform miracles, and I never break my promises. You will see my mighty hand at work, and once I act, no one can stop it. My beloved, tonight I speak to you. Be ready, for a new season is about to begin. Believe that I will turn your dreams into reality, transform your tears into smiles, and change your dark days into a glorious dawn. You will know that every waiting moment has not been in vain, that every prayer has not fallen into the void, and that my love has never faded. This is the night when heaven is moving on your behalf, and the earth will witness my intervention. You are the one I love, and I have chosen this very night to begin a new chapter in your life. My beloved, I know the confusion that stirs within your heart. There are nights when you lie awake staring at the ceiling and you ask yourself, why am I here? What is my purpose? Does my life have any meaning? I hear your silent sighs. I sense the waves of doubt rising in your mind. I know the times when you feel lost, as if you're wandering in a maze with no way out. The daily burdens, the pressures of responsibility, and the worries about the future make you feel as though you can no longer bear the weight. The road ahead seems unclear, and you no longer know which way to go. I see your struggle in searching for meaning and questioning whether life is nothing but an endless series of trials or if there is something higher at play. My child, in the midst of all this confusion, I want you to know that you are never abandoned. Even when you do not feel my presence, I am still there. Even when you think your prayers echo in silence, I am still listening. Even when you believe my gaze has turned away, the truth is that my eyes have never left you. I have never forgotten you, and I will never forget you. You are my creation made with love. You are engraved in the palm of my hand, and not for a single moment have I ever forgotten your existence. Perhaps your eyes cannot see, but my hands are still working silently. Just like a potter carefully shaping clay on the wheel, I am molding your life. I cut away what is unnecessary. I smooth out the rough patches and I refine you so that you can become stronger. At times you may feel pain, because refinement always requires testing. But trust that no cut is meaningless, no correction is unnecessary. I am preparing you so that you can carry the full shape of the purpose I have set for you. Think of gold when it is refined in fire. Within the flames, every impurity is burned away, leaving only purity. Similarly, the challenges you are going through are not meant to destroy you, but to reveal the true beauty I have placed within you. These struggles are not signs that I have abandoned you, but proof that I am preparing you for something greater. If a tree must endure the wind, only then do its roots grow deep. If wings have never faced a headwind, how can they soar high? My child, do not fear the difficulties, for I am using them to transform you into one who possesses strength and steadfastness. Your destiny is not defined by the world, nor is it confined by circumstances. It is ordained by me, the one who created you, knows you, and loves you with an unchanging love. I have set a journey, a grand purpose for you, and no power can take it away. No matter how small or insignificant you may feel, the truth remains you have a unique role that only you can fulfill. I did not create you to live quietly in vain, but to be a light in the darkness, to be a living testimony of my love and power. My child, perhaps today you cannot see the big picture, but trust that I am weaving each detail. Just like a weaver sees the finished tapestry, while others only see tangled threads behind the loom, I see your life story from beginning to end. What you are going through today is simply a part of the final glorious picture. You may not understand now, but let faith replace understanding. Place your steps in my hands, for I know where you are going and I know who you will become. My beloved child, tonight I whisper to you that you are never lost. Every step you take I see. Every tear you shed I remember. Every pain you endure I feel with you. I do not watch from afar, but I am with you, guiding, comforting, and uplifting you. Do not think that my silence means my absence. In fact, it is in this silence that I am at my most powerful, for I am preparing to reveal something greater than your imagination can hold. Be steadfast, for I am still shaping, refining, and preparing you for the destiny I have planned. This is not a future shrouded in uncertainty, but one filled with hope and light. Trust that every challenge you face today is merely a stepping stone leading you to true success in me. And one day when you look back, you will see clearly that no moment was ever wasted, no pain ever unnecessary, for everything is the loving hand of mine at work in your life. My dear child, I know there are days when your soul feels weighed down by questions without answers. When you do not yet understand the purpose I have set for your life, it is easy to be swept up in the whirlpool of despair. You look around and see everything you do seeming pointless. The efforts you pour in yielding no results, and the dreams you once cherished, now nothing but distant illusions. Deep within you feel exhausted, weary, as though every step is just an empty repetition. I know that this has often left you feeling empty, wondering, does this life have any worth? Am I lost? I see when you compare your life to others. You see them succeed, see them living in abundance, see them walking effortlessly, and you begin to wonder, why do their lives seem so full while I have nothing? Why do they receive honor and I feel so lost? It is in these moments that the enemy subtly whispers lies into your heart that you are not enough, that you have no value, that my love was never truly meant for you. It tells you that you are surplus, that you have been abandoned, that the dream you are holding on to is only an illusion, and you begin to believe, to doubt, to allow these words to become invisible chains that bind your soul. But my child, I want you to know clearly those thoughts do not come from me. They are not the truth, but rather the fiery arrows of the enemy meant to steal your joy, kill your dreams, and destroy your faith. The enemy knows that if you continue to believe in me, you will stand firm. If you keep the dream I planted in you, you will bear fruit. If you hold on to your joy, you will shine. Therefore, it uses every means to deceive you, to make you focus on lack, instead of looking to me, the one who has given you everything. Do not let your heart be lulled by these lies, for they only seek to steal the life I have promised to give you. Remember, my child, that your value does not come from your achievements nor from the recognition of man. Your value comes from belonging to me. You are my masterpiece, created by my hands with great care and intention. You do not need to prove yourself to be loved, for I loved you before you even knew my name. You do not need to chase the praise of the world, for I have called you by your own name. I have sealed you with my Holy Spirit, and I have declared you my child. My child, I have placed within you seeds of dreams and purpose. They may be lying dormant unseen, but that does not mean they do not exist. The enemy wants you to believe that the dream is dead, but I say it is only waiting for the right moment to sprout. It wants you to think that your efforts are in vain, but I say that not a single drop of your sweat or a single tear you shed goes unnoticed by me. It wants you to believe that your life is empty, but I say you were created to be full and to bear sweet fruit. It wants you to think that you have no worth, but I say that you are so valuable that my only Son gave his life to redeem you. My child, distinguish the true voice that comes from me. My voice whispers peace, hope, and encouragement in your heart. My voice reminds you that you are never alone. My voice affirms that you are a marvelous creation woven together in a miraculous and awe-inspiring way. My voice lifts you up and gives you wings to soar high. Meanwhile, the voice of the enemy only brings accusation, fear, and despair. It never shows you a way out. It only seeks to bury you in darkness. Do not listen to it, my child. Turn back to my word, for it is the light that dispels all lies. My beloved child, I call upon you to lift your head. Do not let comparison rob you of your joy. Do not let negative thoughts steal the freedom I have given you. Fix your eyes on me, not on others, for your journey is unique, and the reward I have prepared for you is designed specifically for you. Do not judge the dryness of your life by looking at the abundance of others, for you do not know what I am doing in the quiet moments. Sometimes what you perceive as emptiness is the very ground where I am preparing to plant a great harvest. Stand firm, my child, and know that the enemy has no final say over your life. It may sow lies, but I am the one who speaks the final word. It may try to lead you astray, but I am the one who will guide you back. It may make you doubt, but I am the one who strengthens your faith. Cling to me, and you will see those lies fade away like morning mist beneath the sun. My child, I have destined you for a purpose and a glorious fate. Do not let the darkness make you forget the light. Do not let the lies cloud the call I have for you. Trust that you are not insignificant, but a living testimony of my love and power. One day when you walk through it all, you will realize that the enemy has not defeated you, for I have kept you, I have lifted you, and I have fulfilled every promise I made. My beloved child, I see when you lose your sense of purpose and your soul drifts like a boat without anchor in the vast sea, tossed by the waves, uncertain of its direction. When you no longer have a clear vision of the meaning of your life, you are easily swept away by the fleeting allure of the world. You may think that more wealth will bring you happiness. You may believe that fame, status, and the admiration of others will bring you fulfillment. You may think that beautiful relationships or outward success will fill your heart. But my child, I want you to understand that all of these things are like illusions in the desert. They promise to quench your thirst, but when you draw near, you will only find dryness. You may devote all your energy to chasing the fleeting pleasures of this world, seeking instant gratification to fill the cracks within your heart. But you will soon realize that such joy only exists in the moment and then fades away, leaving a larger void than before. It is like drinking seawater to quench thirst. The more you drink, the thirstier you become, and your soul grows weaker. You may find yourself spinning in the endless cycle of searching and feeling disappointed, like a child endlessly chasing the wind, always thinking you are about to catch it. But in the end, you are left with empty hands. My child, true fulfillment is not found in these fleeting things. You were not created to live in emptiness. You were made by my own hand, and only when you return to me will you find lasting joy, unshakable peace, and perfect life. For I am the source of everything you seek. I am life, I am joy, I am peace. Without me, everything you hold is but a shadow. With me, you truly have it all. Remember, my child, this world will always promise fulfillment, but it will never keep its word. Money can buy comfort, but it cannot purchase peace of mind. Fame may earn you praise from others, but it cannot heal the deep loneliness in your heart. Relationships may bring joy for a moment, but they cannot guarantee unwavering loyalty. Only I, the one who loves you with eternal love, can fill the void in your heart. Beloved child, you were created with a spiritual void that only I can fill. If you try to fill it with anything else, you will only feel emptier. But when you return to me, when you make me the center of your life, you will experience a fullness that the world cannot give and cannot take away. I say, whoever drinks the water I give will never thirst again. This is the promise of true fulfillment, not the temporary kind, but eternal, everlasting fulfillment. My beloved child, do not let your life drift away in the pursuit of ambitions that can never be satisfied. Do not allow yourself to be drained in the senseless race of this world. Let your heart anchor itself in me so that you will no longer be tossed about by every gust of wind. Let your eyes focus on me, the author and the finisher of your faith. Let your heart be bound to my love, and you will find the fulfillment you have longed for. My dear one, I know there are times when you think that if you do not chase after those things, you will be left behind, abandoned and disregarded. But I say to you, your worth is not measured by the standards of this world. Your worth is defined by my love for you, a love that cannot be bought with gold or silver nor measured by fame. You are a masterpiece in my eyes, a precious jewel in my hands, and nothing in this world can change that. My child, step away from the lies that tell you that you must have more, do more, and achieve more in order to be loved. You have been loved from the very beginning. You are enough in my eyes. You do not need to seek the approval of the world when you are already acknowledged in my sight. And when you place your full trust in me, you will find that fulfillment is no longer a distant dream, but a reality each day that you live in me. Tonight I invite you to release the illusions you are chasing after. Stop, breathe in my presence, and let me fill your soul with true life, joy, and peace. You no longer need to chase after the winds, for the wind of my Holy Spirit will breathe new life into your heart. Anchor your heart in me, and you will find the completeness that your soul has always sought. My beloved, I know there have been nights when you knelt in prayer, burdened with worries and tears, and then looked up to the sky asking, why is God silent? Why does he not answer? Why do I still feel stuck in this situation? I see the weariness in your soul when your pleas seem unanswered, when the doors you hoped for remain closed, when you urgently ask for a miracle, but the days go by with no change. But my dear one, I want you to understand that my silence is never a sign of my absence. I am always with you, even in those moments when you feel I am the farthest away. I am present not only in your moments of glory and victory, but also in the times when you feel alone, weak, and uncertain of what to do. When you sigh, I hear it clearly. When you cry in silence, I count every tear. When you cannot find the words, I still understand the quiet cry in your heart. Trust that sometimes my silence is merely a veil. Behind it, I am quietly at work, arranging every detail, preparing each step for a great plan that you cannot yet see. Remember the farmer who sows seeds in the ground. For many days, even weeks, nothing appears above the soil. But that does not mean the seeds have died. On the contrary, they are silently sprouting, sending roots deep into the earth, preparing for new life to emerge. If the farmer gives up simply because he does not see immediate results, he will never experience the harvest. Similarly, my dear, when you do not see changes, do not assume that I am not working. In truth, I am sowing, I am nurturing, I am preparing for a great harvest that will astonish you when it comes. My child, be assured that I am an ever-present force at work. Even when your eyes cannot see it, I am moving in the unseen realm. I am arranging people, opportunities, and circumstances in ways that go beyond your understanding. There are times when I ask you to wait, not to disappoint you, but to shape you, to prepare your heart to receive what I have for you. What seems like delay to you may actually be preparation in my eyes. When you are ready, I will open the door and I will give you something far greater than you ever dreamed. Chat GPT, Darnoi. My beloved child, look to the stories in the Bible that I have left behind. Abraham had to wait many years before the promise was fulfilled. Joseph was sold into slavery and then imprisoned. But in those seemingly wasted years, I was preparing him to rise to the position of prime minister and save an entire nation. David was hunted and forced to live in caves, yet I used those very days to strengthen his heart and spirit before placing him on the throne as king. Every silence, every delay in my eyes is never without purpose. It is all part of the grand plan I have set for my glory and for your good. My child, do not let the silence cause you to lose heart. I know that it is easy for you to think that when I do not answer right away, it means that I do not care. But remember, my love for you does not depend on whether or not you hear an immediate answer. My love is the unchanging foundation, the breath that keeps you alive, the light that guides your path. Silence is simply a pause in the music so that when the melody resumes, it will be even more complete and profound. Let your heart rest in that silence, for it is in stillness that I can speak to you in ways you cannot expect. I can teach you patience, trust, and obedience. I can use the waiting to purify the things you hold on to that do not belong to me. I can use the silence to bring you to a place where you can rely on me alone. And in that moment, your faith will grow, your soul will be steadfast, and your relationship with me will become more intimate than ever before. My child, I promise that I will never forsake you, and I will never forget you. Even when you do not feel it, I hold you in my arms. Even when you do not hear it, I whisper encouragement deep within your soul. And even when you do not see it, I am making a way, preparing the future I have planned for you. Do not let the silence cause you to lose faith. Let it become an opportunity to trust me more, to know that I am the one who acts, even when your eyes cannot see. Dear beloved child, tonight I want you to rest in this truth. I am still at work in your life. I am still weaving the story, even though you have only seen a few pieces of the puzzle. I am still turning the circumstances, though you have not yet seen the full picture, and I am still guiding you step by step toward the complete purpose I have ordained for you. Therefore, rest in peace with trust and wake up with renewed hope, for you know that your God has never been silent without reason, but always silent in preparation for a greater revelation. My beloved child, there are times when I allow you to go through seasons of uncertainty, not to make you afraid, but to deepen your trust in me. If every road before you were clear, if every prayer were answered instantly, your faith would never be tested. But it is in these times of uncertainty, when you have nothing left to hold on to but me, that your faith grows, takes root, and bears fruit. I allow you to walk through these uncertain spaces, so you can learn not to rely on your limited understanding, but on my infinite wisdom. My child, I know that at times you find yourself puzzled, trying to find answers to every situation, but the more you search, the more confused you become. You think that if you were smart enough, experienced enough, or worked hard enough, you could control everything. But the more you rely on your own strength, the more lost you feel. This is because you were not made to live apart from me. You were not made to carry the weight alone. You were created to walk with me, to rely on me, to seek wisdom and guidance from me. Only when you surrender will you truly find peace. When you do not understand the purpose of your life, I know you feel empty. You look around and see that what you are doing seems to have little meaning. You feel there is a void within you, one that you don't know how to fill. You try to fill it with work, with relationships, with outward success, but nothing seems to satisfy. My child, that feeling is real because I have placed in your heart a longing deeper than anything this world can offer. That emptiness is not for you to try and fill with fleeting things, but for you to recognize that only I am the fullness you are seeking. My child, you were not created to live for these temporary things. You were made for something greater than what your eyes can see, for a purpose that transcends the limits of this world. I have placed in you a part of eternity, so your heart will never find true fulfillment unless it connects with me. That is why no matter how much success you achieve, how much wealth you accumulate, or how admired you become, there will always be a longing within your soul, a thirst for something deeper, something more enduring, something eternal. I want you to know that the wholeness you seek is not found in what is external, but in being connected to the source of life, to me. I am the one who created you, who knows every deep longing of your heart, and only I can fully fulfill it. The world may promise you joy, but it is fleeting. The world may offer you satisfaction, but it will soon fade away. But my love, my peace, my joy are eternal. And it is only when you anchor your heart in me that you will truly enter into the fullness that you have been seeking. My beloved child, do not view uncertain seasons as punishment, but see them as opportunities for your faith to take root deeply in me. Do not think that the feeling of emptiness is weakness. Rather, see it as an invitation to return to the source of life. When you feel lacking, it is the moment when I am drawing you closer to myself. When you long for fulfillment, it is when I want you to realize that true fulfillment can only be found in me. And when you choose to surrender, you will see that I am filling every gap, healing every wound, and transforming every part of you so that you may become complete in my eternal purpose. My child, tonight let your heart rest in this truth. You are not lost, you are not meaningless, you are not forgotten. You are the creation I made for an eternal purpose, and true satisfaction will only be found when you live in relationship with me. The world may change, everything may fade away, but I, the source of life, remain forever. And when you cling to me, you will know what true fulfillment, peace, and joy are, a joy that nothing can take away. My beloved, I know the fears that surround your mind. When you have not yet grasped the purpose of your life, it is easy to fall into endless anxieties and fear of the unknown future. Fear that failures will cause you to fall, fear of rejection by others, and fear that your life has no meaning. These fears can bind your soul, making you walk with a trembling heart, weary because you never feel safe. But my child, I say to you today, this fear does not come from me. It is a trap of the enemy, a chain designed to steal your freedom and faith. I did not create you to live in fear, but to live in freedom and peace. My dear child, I have not given you a mind bound by anxiety, but I have bestowed upon you a spirit of power, of love, and of sound judgment. This power does not come from your own strength, but from my Holy Spirit within you, the one who gives you the strength to stand firm in the midst of the storm. This love does not come from the approval of the world, but from me, the one who loves you unconditionally, unchanging, and eternally. This sound judgment does not come from your limited understanding, but from the wisdom I give, so that you may discern what is true, right, and walk in righteousness. Therefore, my dear child, do not tremble before tomorrow. Do not panic about the unknown, for I am the one who holds your future in my hands. I am your refuge, a mighty fortress protecting you from every arrow of the enemy. When the storms rise, you can run to hide in me and find peace. I am your strength, so that when you are weak, I will lift you up and make you stand firm. I am your ever-present help in times of trouble, never late, never absent. Remember, you are never alone on this journey. I walk with you every step, and every footprint you leave on this earth is marked by my own. Beloved, I promise you that I will never leave nor forsake you. The world may change, others may turn away, but I will not. My promise is certain. I will never leave you nor forsake you. Let this truth be engraved in your heart, for my love is the firm foundation for your soul. You need not fear rejection, for I have accepted you. You need not fear failure, for I will turn it into a lesson and a stepping stone for something greater. You need not fear the future, for I have gone before you, preparing the way for you. I have prepared much more for you than you realize. The trials you have gone through are not in vain. They are training for you to become stronger. The wounds you have carried are not useless. They have made you tender and more compassionate towards others. The dry seasons you have walked through were not meant to destroy you, but to allow the roots of your faith to sink deeper into me. Everything I have allowed to happen is a preparation for the destiny I have planned for you. You are not abandoned in an uncertain life, but you are being guided to exactly where I want you to be. We know that sometimes you may feel like you're walking in darkness, unable to see a clear direction ahead. You might ask yourself, is there any hope for this life? But my child, I want you to know that in me there is always hope. This is not a vague hope, but a certain hope anchored in me, the one who is faithful and unchanging. This hope is not a fanciful dream, but the assurance that I am at work, that I have planned a path filled with peace, and that I will lead you out of the darkness into radiant light. My child, lift your eyes to me instead of focusing on the things that frighten you. Do not let your mind spiral into negativity, but let my word fill your heart. Let my promises echo in your soul so that whenever fear knocks on your door, you can respond with the truth. When you hear the whisper that you will fail, remember that I have declared you to be more than a conqueror. When you worry that you will be abandoned, remember that I have promised to always be with you. When you are afraid of the unknown, trust that I have already gone ahead and all you need to do is follow. Tonight I want you to leave fear behind and step into the peace I give. Let my love fill the empty spaces in your heart. Let my strength replace your weakness, and let my hope shine in every dark corner. You no longer have to live as one lost in a dark night, for you have a light to guide your way. You no longer have to live in trembling, for you have a Father who is always by your side. You no longer need to fear the future, for you know that I hold it in my hands. Rest, my child, and walk with the certainty that in me you always have hope that will never fade. My beloved child, I know well the waves of emotion that have flooded your heart when you could not see your purpose clearly. There have been days when confusion and exhaustion have built up into anger. You have been angry with yourself, feeling powerless and incapable of doing anything meaningful. You have been angry with those around you, as they seem not to understand your heart, and sometimes they may have unknowingly caused you more pain. And sometimes deep in your heart you have silently blamed me. Why are you silent? Why do you let me endure this? My child, I see it all, I know it all, and I do not hold your emotions against you. On the contrary, I want you to know that you can bring all your anger, all your questions, doubts, and even the disappointments you carry in your heart to me. You are old enough to bear the painful cries of your soul. I am not offended by your honesty. When you pour out your heart, even the things you think you should not say to me, I still listen. I do not want you to hide your anger, letting it smolder and burn your soul. I call you to come and express everything, because only when you dare to expose your wounds can I touch them and heal them. Do not fear that you will make me distant. In fact, it is when you come to me in raw honesty that you are closest to me. My child, anger is not always the enemy. It can be a warning bell signaling that your heart is yearning for justice, understanding, or change. But if you let it dominate you, it will become a fire that consumes all joy and robs you of peace. That is why I call you, bring your anger to me rather than letting it swallow you. When you lay that burden at my feet, I will turn anger into peace, disappointment into hope, and bitterness into healing. Remember David, who once cried out in the Psalms with many questions, tears, and frustrations, "My God, why have you forsaken me?" Yet it was in that honesty that David found the strength to rise and praise me. What delights me is not when you try to suppress your emotions to appear strong, but when you courageously bring all your feelings, even anger, doubt, before me. Then I can transform your soul, placing my comfort where there was once hurt and bringing forth new joy in your heart. My child, I am the God of all comfort. I do not comfort with empty promises, but with my true presence. When you cry, I am there to wipe away your tears. When you cry out in loneliness, I am there to hold you in my arms. When you are so weary that you can no longer pray, I am there, and my spirit intercedes for you with groans that words cannot express. My comfort is not like fleeting words of reassurance, but like cool water soothing the dry land, like a gentle hand touching a wound and causing it to heal. Let me heal your heart, my beloved. I want to remove the thorns that have deeply pierced it, the memories that have caused you pain, the words that have broken you. I want to replace bitterness with gratitude, anger with peace, disappointment with vibrant hope. I do not deny your pain, but I promise that it will no longer rule over you. Instead, I will restore the joy you thought you had lost, the joy that comes from knowing that you are loved, cherished, and guided each day. My dear child, when you feel anger, do not be ashamed. Consider it a call to draw closer to me. Speak to me about everything as a child does honestly before their father. Let me be the place where you release your burdens, for no one else can bear them for you. I will not rebuke you, nor will I abandon you, but I will gently hold you and whisper, "You are not alone. I am here." I will transform this anger into new hope. Beloved child, I know that within your heart you have struggled many times with anger, bitterness, and pain. But it is precisely when you choose to give all these emotions to me that a new door begins to open in your soul. You may think that anger will forever harden you, that past wounds will continue to cling to you, but I say to you, no chain is strong enough to bind your soul when I have declared freedom. I am the one who breaks the chains, the one who makes a way for those who are oppressed. When you give me your bitterness, I will turn it into the sweetness of grace. When you give me your hatred, I will replace it with deep love. When you give me your rage, I will pour out peace that surpasses all understanding. My child, forgiveness is the key that opens the path to healing. You may think that forgiveness is too difficult, that you cannot let go of the wounds etched in your past. But I want you to understand that forgiveness is not about denying the pain, but allowing me to become the healer of that pain. Forgiveness is not about ignoring what has happened, but choosing not to let it rule your heart any longer. Forgiveness is not for the one who hurt you to be set free, but for you to be set free. When you forgive, the chains will fall away and your soul will soar like a bird released from its cage. My child, remember that I alone have forgiven you. No matter how many times you have stumbled, no matter how many times you have betrayed your promises, no matter how far you have strayed from me, I have patiently waited and have been ready to embrace you with open arms. If I have forgiven you all, then how can you not forgive others? Forgiveness is how you reflect my love. Forgiveness is the proof that my love has flowed into your heart. And when you forgive, you will see a new stream of water flowing, washing away bitterness, replacing it with joy and peace. My beloved, my peace is not like the peace of the world. The world promises peace when everything is in order, when there is no turmoil, when all things are within control. But my peace surpasses all circumstances. It is present even in the storm, even when you don't see change. This peace does not come from solving all your problems, but from placing all your problems into my hands. When you let me hold them, you will realize that there is nothing left for you to fear. The peace I give is like a sturdy boat on a stormy sea, sailing on peacefully despite the raging waves. Let me restore joy to you. The joy that you once thought was lost, I will bring it back to life. This joy does not only come from external laughter, but from the gladness deep within your soul, knowing that you belong to me and are loved unconditionally. I want that joy to become your strength, just as I have spoken. The joy of the Lord is your strength. When you find joy in me, you will find the strength to face what once made you tremble. My child, I do not want to heal you for your own sake alone. I want to make you a source of comfort for many others. When I wipe away your tears, you will become the one who... Tonight, I invite you to come closer to me, with all that you have, anger, pain, disappointment, and even the unanswered questions. Do not keep them inside any longer. Offer them all to me, for I am the loving Father, the one who knows how to turn chaos into order, how to transform confusion into peace. Let me embrace you in the arms of grace so that my comfort becomes the healing flow for every corner of your soul. My beloved child, trust that when you allow me to enter the storm within your heart, the tempest will be still. When you let me touch your wounds, the pain will fade away. When you allow me to fill the empty spaces, you will experience true fulfillment. You will no longer be lost in the whirlwinds of anger or bitterness, but will walk in peace and joy. You will no longer be bound by the past, but will become a living witness of the transformative power of my love. Beloved, now that you have walked the long journey of seeking, I want you to know that everything you have gone through, from the tears in the quiet of the night to the tormenting fears, from the suppressed anger to the moments of seeming despair, has not been in vain. They have become the soil where your faith has taken root, the furnace where your soul has been refined, and the journey where you have realized that only in me can you find true fulfillment. You no longer need to chase after the fleeting illusions of this world, for you have discovered the source of joy, peace, and meaning. It is I, the one who created you and calls you by name. I want you to look back and see that even in the silence I am still at work. Even in the darkness I am the light that guides your way. From now on, you do not have to walk in fear, for I, your Father, am with you, and I have already ordained an eternal purpose for your life. My child, let the past rest beneath the foot of the cross, where all sin, bitterness, and pain have been borne by me. Walk in the freedom I have given, with an open heart to forgive, to love, and to share the hope you have received. You are not only healed for yourself, but also to become the vessel I use to reach other souls. Remember that your life story, though once marked by cracks, will become a powerful testimony that my love can transform anyone. You are the light set on a hill to shine the witness of grace, the proof that nothing can separate you from my love. Do not fear tomorrow. Do not let doubt steal your joy, for I have gone before you, prepared everything, and promised that your end will shine brighter than your beginning. My beloved child, these are the words I send to you today. Rest in my everlasting love, stand firm in unwavering faith, and live fully in eternal hope. Do not look to your circumstances to define your worth, but look to me, the one who has chosen and called you, the one who has promised and will fulfill that promise. I will be with you in every step. I will lift you up when you are weak. I will wipe away your tears when you weep, and I will rejoice as I see you walking in peace and joy. Be strong, be courageous, for you are no longer wandering in darkness, but stepping into the glorious light of a new chapter. This is your time. This is the season where you will witness miracles. This is the moment when I declare, you are my beloved, and I take delight in you. My beloved child, now that you have heard all my words, felt the comfort, healing, and hope I have sown in your heart, this is the moment for you to respond with prayer. Prayer is not merely empty words. It is the very breath of your soul, the way you open your heart wide for me to enter and renew all things. When you bow your head, when you close your eyes, when you offer quiet words from the depths of your heart, I hear every word, I feel every tear, and I rejoice in the sincerity of your heart. Come to me as a child comes to their father, with no hiding, no fear, but with full trust and surrender. Let each prayer you speak be a step closer to me, a seed sown for the harvest of blessings, and a stream connecting your heart to mine. Lord my Father, today I come before you with a humble heart full of emotion. I have walked through long days of weariness, anger, and worry, but you have said that I can lay all my burdens at your feet. I offer to you all the wounds I carry, the fears that torment me, and the questions that remain unanswered. Please receive me in your loving arms so that my soul may find shelter and true peace. Lord, I know there have been times when my heart was angry, when I blamed myself, when I blamed others, and even when I blamed you. But today I choose to honestly surrender everything to you, for you are great enough to take it all and heal me. Please transform bitterness into sweetness, anger into joy, and despair into living hope. I ask that you touch my deepest wounds, so that from now on I may be free in your love, Father. You are the God of all comfort. I thank you for wiping away my tears, for hearing my quiet cries, and for never leaving me, not even for a moment. Please continue to use your hands to touch my soul, so that healing does not stop, but continues to spread. Grant me peace that surpasses all understanding, so that I may stand firm even when the storms are still raging around me. Lord, please teach me to forgive as you have forgiven me. I do not want to live shackled by bitterness anymore. Free me from the burden of hatred and grant me a soft heart to love. Please give me the strength to forgive those who have hurt me and to forgive myself as well. I believe that when I choose to forgive, you will set my soul free and fill it with new joy. Heavenly Father, please remind me every day that my worth is not found in the approval of others, but in your eternal love. I am your child, called by name, chosen and sealed with the Holy Spirit. Please help me stop comparing myself to others, but always look to you to know that I have a unique purpose created for a grand plan that only I can fulfill. Lord, teach me to praise you, even when I cannot see the miracles. Please grant me a heart of gratitude in every circumstance, so that my faith may remain steadfast and you may be glorified. Let my praise become a weapon against the enemy and the key that opens the door to blessings. I will praise you not only for what you do, but because you alone are worthy. Beloved Father, I place my future in your hands. Lead me on the path you have planned, even when I cannot see the full picture. Grant me the courage to not be afraid, the strength to stand firm, and the faith to walk each day trusting in you. Help me live as a living witness of your power and love, so that through my life others may also find hope in you. I offer this prayer in the precious name of Jesus Christ. Amen.